Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is finally over. The last DLC happened very recently here in January, and is the game better at all after the updates? No, the game still sucks. In fact, it's actually kind of worse, I think. I wanted to wait on making a video until all the DLC dropped for this game because I wanted to see if there was any way they can salvage this game in the mess it's in. But the actual reality of it is that, yeah, this game did not get any better at all, and like I said, it kind of got worse. Let's talk about the story and what Rocksteady should maybe take away from all of this. Like, comment, subscribe, please. Also follow my Discord. I'm trying to get more Discord followers on there. It's a really chill place to just chill, so the link will be there. Please join it. Moving on. Anyway, so the plot of all the DLCs for this game was basically the same thing. A new character becomes playable, and you fight another Brainiac, and you start saving members of the Justice League. However, these scenes where you save them are all very pathetic. Like, you first save Flash, which it just kind of happens randomly. Same with Green Lantern, and then with Batman and Superman. So these cutscenes, I don't know where to start. The game story continuing in these DLCs is just somehow worse. Flash and Green Lantern return, but like, they get a very minor cutscene of them coming back to life. Nothing of value here, like, okay, the League is coming back and they're alive. Oh sure, like, yippee. But the real crime here is in the final DLC where Batman and Superman are revealed to be alive. They legit just get a motion comic of them returning during the last Brainiac fight to help out the Suicide Squad. They do that, and then the Justice League travel to other Elseworlds to help out people affected by Brainiac and other multiverses and stuff. The Suicide Squad escape to go to other multiverses. Some other irrelevant stuff happens, and that's it. There was no extra voice lines from Kevin Conroy's Batman, no extra voice lines from Superman. Batman did not get any actual animated cutscene, which is crazy because Lawless, the DLC character, and like, I think Flash and Green Lantern kind of got cutscenes. Arkham Batman got a motion comic. It's just crazy, but at the same time, it's clear that the budget for the DLCs for this game were just not there, and they did the best with what they had. It's clear that Rocksteady was left with the skeleton crew and a budget of very little to finish off these DLCs, so like, I understand all of that, and I get why we got what we got, but because of that, a lot of questions are just unanswered. Wonder Woman, for example. Wonder Woman is just dead. Like, she didn't come back to life. She straight up died. Robin, I guess we have to assume that Robin's just dead as well. What about those cut voice lines from Kevin Conroy that we heard about? Did they just scrap that? How did Deathstroke... So Deathstroke beat multiple Brainiacs by himself. How did he do that? But the entire Justice League couldn't beat one Brainiac? Deathstroke, the guy who lost to Arkham Batman multiple times, did it when Batman plus these overpowered heroes couldn't beat one. The DLC made the game worse because of these even more inconsistencies on top of not answering questions and things being unresolved. The audio logs in the DLC don't even have anything for Batman, Superman, or any of the Justice League members that are in the game. It just sucks. One thing these DLCs confirmed that we were all suspicious about is that the Justice League members we kill in the game are clones. Yes, they're clones, but like, you could never just know that, you know, like, these DLCs are so thrown together, like, it's like a PowerPoint almost, that it holds no candle to really making you believe that the Justice League we fight in the game are clones. There's an audio tape in the final DLC that has Harley saying that she knew Batman wouldn't go down that easily, and that they really didn't kill the real Batman, which I guess implies that she knew the entire time that something was up with how easily Batman died. And in the cutscene or motion comic where Batman returns, it mentions how the squad was Batman's backup plan against Brainiac. But like, everything here is just kind of thrown together and makes no sense in the grand scheme of things. Why was the Suicide Squad Batman's backup plan? Why them? If Harley knew that Batman wouldn't go down that easily, the scene really didn't make it seem like so. It's all just very confusing. Like, it's very confusing, but like I said, I think they did the best they can, I guess, with the budget and the skeleton crew left to finish off these DLCs, you know? But because of that, if someone knew where to pick this game up and play it, I feel like even if they finish all these DLCs, they still might just believe we killed the actual Justice League, right? Because the game did not convey that element enough through these DLCs due to unfortunate circumstances. Also, the game is worse because it even more so undermines the ending of Arkham Knight, in my opinion. Batman revealing himself to the world and then using Scarecrow's fear gas just doesn't mean anything anymore. The base game already kind of ruined that, but the DLCs don't have any scenes or anything to really hit home why Batman is Batmaning again, you know? Like, I wish we got something like an audio log to show why the League actually had him return as Batman, but he's just helping out in other multiverses now. I don't know. The game just dropped Arkham Knight's ending in favor of this, in my opinion. It sucks. The DLCs for the game did actually nothing to resolve anything. We knew the Justice League was coming back, or they were clones or something like that, but their endings ultimately didn't feel or mean anything to give us, you know, like a pounder that like the League is still alive. Things were left unresolved. Like, would Wonder Woman have actually had a scene where she came back to life if the game had a bigger budget? Maybe, she probably would have. But since the game didn't, she's dead now, right? But at the end of the day, the route the game went with was like, yeah, none of it mattered kind of thing. Like, what was the point of the game's plot? The Justice League didn't actually die, except for Wonder Woman, as well as thousands of Metropolis citizens, and that's it. The game's story wraps up with like zero impact. It nullifies the ending of Arkham Knight. Many questions go unanswered, and the universe's legacy as a whole just feels tarnished. This is why I think the game got worse with the story continuing on in these DLCs, and it sucks, right? I think there could have been potential to make it kind of better, maybe just a bit with the DLCs, but the routes they went with here just legit make zero sense and ultimately fail to make anything more cohesive in any way. But do you know what the worst thing out of all of this is to me? It's not even the game, the story, the blemish it is to this series. The worst thing to me is how long this damn game took to come out, dude. Like nearly 10 years since Arkham Knight, right? This is the next entry into the series, and it turns out to be this game. Like, we could have had another Arkham game. We could have had another 2 Arkham games in that time span, but this game being in like a development hell kind of thing, it turns out to be this kind of game. Like, bro, this is the timeline we live in. If this game came out like not long after Arkham Knight, that would have been one thing. But this game taking so long to come out, like, it just sucks, man, that we wasted all this time for Suicide Squad. Now, with all that said and done, what can we learn from a game like this, and what should Rocksteady take away from this game? Look, I think if anything, this is a wake-up call to WB. Live service model games like these are not good, especially for a pre-existing universe like the Arkhamverse. This was not the route to go, dude. However, there are good things that come out of this game. Yes, there are good things in my opinion. For one, I think the designs for the League are really good. Superman, Batman, GL, Wonder Woman, and Flash. Overall, fantastic designs. Metropolis is a really well-designed city. I love it. The game's animations and character models and all of that are really good too. I'm bringing that up because it's clear that there's a talented team at Rocksteady, and I don't believe that this one game should dictate the public perception of the company forever. I do believe that Rocksteady can make a great game. There's clearly talented people there. It honestly feels tiring to just keep bashing on this game, even though that I am. But I want to discuss how there is good in the game too. And Rocksteady's reputation as of now is not in a good spot, obviously. But can they redeem it? Absolutely. They can make a good game, I think. Even if the original team left, even if the higher-ups screwed things up, I can't just sit here and say they can never make another good game, right? Also, I wanted to say that if you enjoy playing the game, like, legit, I'm happy for you. Like, no shade. Don't make anyone else think you suck for enjoying the game. I'm just discussing mine and I guess most other people's thoughts, though. Now, moving on. With the canonicity of this game, is that even a word, canonicity? With the canon of this game, I've said it and it goes without saying at this point for a lot of other people, a huge majority of the community does not find this game to be canon. It's not even like a consistency thing, lore-wise, with the previous Arkhamverse games. It's just like out of character writing and this game's own story making zero sense. Like Deadshot being a different person with some dumbass explanation, or Harley being like a legit different character, how the Justice League lost to one Brainiac while one Deathstroke beat several. Most of the writing in this game just does not line up with what we were taught from the previous entries. And I think it's safe to just assume that this game is not canon to the series. Now, I know people out there are like, yeah, you can assume it's not canon, but you're not in charge of the universe. Rocksteady is, so the game is canon. Sure, like, I can't argue with that. Like, you're actually correct. But you also can't take away my own headcanons, so whatever. Also, I do feel like it is possible for Rocksteady to really just come out and say this game is not canon or something. I would not be surprised if they did that. Now that the game is finally over with and all is said is done, I think them announcing the game's not canon and all that, it could possibly happen. Like, I think them announcing that the game's not canon and that like all of it happens in a separate universe or something is really a possibility. Because like, if they don't do that, what's next then? Are you just gonna like make another Arkham game set after Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? That's like yeah, Batman just got back from stopping Brainiac. Like, no, you're gonna continue ruining this universe after that fact if you do that, and it's going to piss even more people off. Honestly, I feel like at this point, it would be a dumb business decision to actually incorporate this game into canon. I feel like if the next Arkham game is like set before Arkham Knight, like a prequel or a remake of Asylum or something, they don't have to acknowledge this game being canon or not, but it's only a matter of time before they do, right? Before they have to speak on it, should they continue the Arkhamverse in any way that's set after Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And like another thing is like, I kind of wanted to see more of this Justice League we got to see in the game. Like, their characterization is actually really well done. I kind of wanted to see Wonder Woman come back to life, honestly. Her character here was good. I kind of wanted to see where the Bat family is, and I wanted to see that Robin was still alive. Like, that's where I'm kind of upset here, because these characters, like the League especially, are really well done. I think they should make this game not canon, but still incorporate these League members into future Arkham games, should it be appropriate. But if they do that, they might confuse general audiences, you know, like, it's just so difficult now to really do any of that. Also, with the Justice League, was the intention ever to actually make them clones in the first place, or was it like shock value? Like in the main story, when Wonder Woman lassoed Flash, the real Flash came out, like, you know, with his eyes. So are these Justice League members, were they clones initially? Like, or were they not until they wrote it like that? I think it's really possible the intention was to never make them clones until they saw the backlash, which I think is funny. I want to talk about this game because now that the game's finally over, a better, perhaps more brighter future ignites. WB is focusing more on Batman games now. Rocksteady let the Skeleton Crew further this game's DLC, so while that does make this game's narrative suck even more, it might honestly be for the better simply because the game was gonna suck anyway, even with the better DLC endings, right? I think devoting resources to a better game entirely or a new game was a way to go here, which I think Rocksteady is likely doing. They might be making another Batman game, might not be, I don't know. But one thing for sure is that they are learning from their mistakes, I think, and using them to make a better game, hopefully. That's just what I think is going on behind the scenes. Like, something good could come out of this. And there's a ton of people saying that Rocksteady is washed and that they aren't fit to make another game, etc., etc. Look, I am in no way affiliated with anyone or any group. Like, this is just me and my YouTube channel, my own personal thoughts, and this is my own thoughts on this. This game was ass. Yeah, the game sucked. But one game should not reflect on their reputation forever. Even if this is a quote-unquote new Rocksteady with the Batman Arkham game developers leaving and all that, I want to see the new Rocksteady that we have another chance to make a better game, rectify the mistakes they did, move forward. Because let's say they make a fantastic game years down the road from now, then people will be like, perhaps I treated you too harshly kind of thing with Rocksteady. You know, things like that, right? Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League downright disrespected one of the most precious gaming series in my entire life. Like, I live and breathe Arkham. I basically, like, I love these games. So take it from me when I say, just give Rocksteady another chance, bro. I don't consider this game canon. I hope Rocksteady announces that or something, because this game is in no way or form helping the universe in any way. I hope they do that, and they clearly hear the outcry for how bad the game was, so maybe they'll do that. Warner Brothers shortly after Suicide Squad said that, okay, yeah, we're going to focus on more Batman games from now on, so let's see what all that means years from now. And listen, would I like to see another hero game like Superman? Yes. A Flash game? Yes. But if we have to go back to what worked to garner trust back, then so be it. I'm down for another Batman game, I guess. I'm always down for another Batman game. But yes, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is finally over. I'm glad that it's over. I'm sure a lot of you are too. And I'm sure Rocksteady is too, honestly. But let's just see where things go from here. And yeah, man, that's it for the video. Let me know what your thoughts on all of this. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, sub, share. All that helps, man. But I do hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you on the next video. Bye, 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 bye. Stay safe.